For the last 429 days of my life, I have slept on a futon. This futon was bought to be a couch and bed for guests. When my partner and I split, I received this futon because I didn't have a bed. Mine fell apart. Since coming back home, I have slept on this futon every night. I couldn't afford to buy a bed when I came back, and there were other things that needed to be fixed first. When I came back home, we didn't have electricity in 1/8 of our house. I didn't have a light in my room, and I didn't have a good job. It was bad sleeping on that futon. It's mostly wood and 1 inch of foam, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Comedian Bill Burr said, "Realize that sleeping on a futon when you're 30 is not the worst thing. You know what's the worst? Sleeping in a king bed next to a wife you're not really in love with, but for some reason you married and you got a couple of kids and a job you hate. You'll be laying there fantasizing about sleeping on a futon. There's no risk when you go after a dream. There's a tremendous amount to risk to play it safe." Some people take that quote very literally. I see it as if you go after your dreams, the chances of your failure are high, but when you play it safe and don't try, the risk of failure is 100%. Moving out of my grandmother's house was both a risk and a failure. That risk helped make me who I am today. A few days ago, I purchased my first mattress for myself. I saved up, bought the mattress, frame, and built something that was all mine. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, but it's the other 67% that decides how well you sleep. You decide your fate. The world may turn against you, but it's not how it gets to you, it's how you face it. Sleeping on that futon taught me a lot. It taught me a little bit of discomfort can push you to work harder, to help you understand what you do and don't want. What it mostly taught me is that if you want something, you go out and get it. Playing it safe is surviving life. Don't just survive life, live it.